All right, we are recording, everyone. So welcome, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm Sarah, and this is yoga. So as I mentioned earlier, before everybody got on, that we are going to do kind of a gentler practice today. No sun salutations. We're just going to be kind of slow and gentle and easy, and then we're going to do the yoga nidra at the end, which is our 15-minute long guided meditation, which is fabulous and wonderful. So I am recording it. So if you want to later, you can do the practice with the yoga nidra. You can just fast forward to the end and just do the yoga nidra. Maybe if you are having trouble sleeping, you can just listen to the audio of it and don't really have to watch me because you're just going to see me reading. So anyway, we are going to begin on our backs today. So come to your mat and come onto your back. Bending your knees if you like. If that feels best for you and your back. If your knees are bent, either have them pointing straight up toward the ceiling. You can kind of walk them out towards the edges of the mat, let the knees rest in against each other. If you want to, open up your hips and inner thighs right away. Bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees open out to the sides. So whatever feels best for you today. And let's kind of tuck our shoulder blades under us a little bit, maybe wiggle around a little on the mat, get comfortable. Arms can be down by our sides, or you can rest your hands on your belly. Take your arms out to a T position, whatever feels best for you. And then let's spend some time here just to connect with the breath. Breathing is something that we do unconsciously all the time, every day, and we're glad that we don't have to think about every breath. But during this practice, part of how we connect to our body is through the breath. That is our vehicle. That's our route to join the mind to the body. It's the breath. And by focusing on the breath, it just allows us to be in the present moment. So noticing this breath, and then noticing this breath, and then noticing this breath. If you ever find your mind starting to wander during our practice, focus again on your breath, staying present, listening to your body, and just letting go of everything else. Let's all go ahead and bend our knees now, walk our feet out towards the edges of the mat and let the knees rest in against each other. So we're a little knock-kneed here. We'll do some windshield wipers. So move your arms away from your body a little bit and then start to take the knees from side to side. Just going back and forth at your own pace. Taking one more to each side. And then coming back to center when we're done. Walking the feet in so they're parallel to each other and about hip width apart. Walking them in towards the bottom. Bring your arms out to a T position. Your palms can be up or down. And then keeping the legs together, dropping both knees over to the right. So we're coming into a lying spinal twist. Keep both shoulders on the mat. Maybe turn your head to look down your left arm so that twist travels all the way up to the spine into the neck. And then bringing the knees and the head back to center. Drop your knees over to the left Maybe turn the head to look down that right arm. And then we'll move with our breath, inhaling knees up to center, exhaling them over to the right, inhaling them to center, and then exhaling them to the left. So just continue to move with your breath at your pace. You can leave your feet down on the mat or pick them up off the mat if you want a little bit more work in the core. Head can stay still, or you can turn your head in the opposite direction of the knees as you twist. Keeping the shoulders connected to the earth. Let's take one more on each side. And we'll come back to center. If your feet are lifted off of the mat, go ahead and release them down. We're going to bring our hands down next to our hips with our palms facing down. Maybe walk your feet in a little closer to the bottom. Moving with our breath, moving through some bridges. Inhaling, lifting the hips up toward the ceiling, and then exhaling, releasing them down. So moving again with your breath at your pace. Inhaling as we lift, exhaling as we release. Take a couple more like this. One more with the arms down, and then we're going to add an arm movement to this flow. On your next inhale, lift your hips, reach your arms up overhead at the same time, and then exhale, bring everything back down. So again, moving with your breath at your pace. Inhale, lift and reach, exhale, release. Taking two more. And one more. And when we're done, we'll hug the knees into the chest. Take some small rocks from side to side. Just kind of massage that low back on the mat. Placing hands on top of the kneecaps, take your knees around in a circle, first in one direction. And then in the opposite direction. Coming back to center, let's open up the knees, reaching the arms between the legs. Grab onto your ankles, your calves, or your feet. You can also take your first two fingers and thumb around your big toes, and then reach your feet up toward the ceiling for happy baby. Pressing that tailbone down towards the mat. If you like, you can gently rock this pose from side to side. And then we'll stop our movement, hugging the knees into the chest again. Rolling onto one side, resting the head on the arm. Take a few breaths here. And then take your other arm, your hand, and press into the mat, making your way up into any comfortable seat you choose. So sitting cross-legged is fine. You could also extend your legs out in front of you into staff pose, Dandasana. You can sit on a blanket. Go ahead and roll those shoulders up, back, and down. And then we'll drop the chin down into the chest, stretching the back of the neck. Taking the right ear towards the right shoulder, keeping both shoulders down. Releasing the chin back down to the chest. And we'll take the left ear over towards the left shoulder. And again, just move with your breath. Exhale the chin to the chest. Inhale right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Take a couple more at your own breath's pace. Remembering you can always skip the chin to chest portion And just tip your head from one side to the other. Let's do one more to each side. Coming back to center when we're done, lifting the chin so it's level with the floor. Keeping your shoulders and torso still, turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Releasing through center and then looking over the left. And again, move with your breath at your pace. Inhale through center, exhale, alternate from side to side. Keeping your eyes closed or maybe gazing at the tip of the nose. And then let's hold on one side for a couple extra breaths. Drop your chin down into that shoulder that you're looking over. Lifting the chin, come back through center, look over the other shoulder, and again, drop the chin. Lifting the chin, come back to center, bring the hands behind the head, and we'll look all the way up. And release, taking some shoulder circles. First to the front. Nice big circles here. Take one more to the front, and then we'll circle around to the back. One more. Placing the hands on the knees, we'll circle the torso around in the hips. Inhaling as you bring the chest to the front. Exhaling as you round the spine to the back. So making these circles whatever size they need to be today, whatever feels good for you. Take a couple more in this direction. And then we'll pause, circling around the other way. Again, inhaling to the front, exhaling to the back. Move with your breath. Take a couple more. And last one. Coming back to center, moving into our breathing twist, inhaling, reaching arms up overhead. Exhaling, gently twisting to one side, placing one hand in front and one behind, and inhale it back up. Exhaling as we twist to the other side, moving with your breath at your pace. Inhaling as we reach, exhaling, gently twisting. You can look over your back shoulder as you twist, or just look to the side, whatever feels best for you and your neck today. And we'll hold the pose on one side here for a couple extra breaths. If you want, take your front hand to the opposite knee, pressing into the knee to go a little deeper into that twist. And then releasing that, inhaling both arms up. Exhaling, twisting to the other side. Again, front hand can come to that opposite knee if you like. Press into the knee a little bit deeper here. And we'll release it, inhaling the arms up. Exhaling the hands to the heart. Maybe taking this moment to set an intention for your practice today. Dedicating the efforts of your practice to someone or something. And then we'll make our way to all fours for some cat and cows. Warming that spine up a little bit more. Bringing your wrists underneath your shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, patting the knees as needed. On your next inhale, dip the belly down and look up into cow. Exhaling as we arch the spine, tucking the chin of the pelvis under into cat. Moving between the two. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. Keeping that core engaged even when we're in cow. Pull that belly button back toward the spine. Lift the pelvic floor. Thinking about all those little internal muscles that support your spine, your organs. Let's take a couple more. And we'll take one more of each. Come to our neutral spine, moving to our spinal balance. Let's inhale, reach the right arm and the left leg out. And exhale as we release. And then left arm and right leg reach on the inhale. Exhaling as we release. So moving between the two, make sure you're doing the opposite arm and leg. If you try and do the same side, you'll probably fall over. Keeping that core nice and strong. Gaze stays down at the mat between your hands. My left foot is getting a foot cramp, so that's why I'm kind of tucking that toe under and keeping that foot flexed. Let's do a couple more each side. And we'll do one more on each side. And when we're done, we'll make our way into child's pose or puppy pose. So child's pose, we sink our hips all the way back towards our heels. In puppy pose, the hips stay stacked over the knees, and then we drop the head down towards the mat. The arms can be extended. You can lower your elbows to the mat. In child's pose, you could also stack hands or fists and rest the forehead on them, or bring your hands back by your feet with your palms facing up. Your knees can stay together. They can be separated. Whatever feels best for you. Try to make this as comfortable position as you can. Finding a place to rest. Knowing you can return to this resting pose anytime you need it. Anytime you need to take a break. So we're not going to do sun salutations, but we're going to do our half series little flow here, the modified version. So we're going to come into more active extended child's pose. So reaching the arms out towards the front of the mat. Elbows are lifted, your head is lifted off the mat, the ears are right in between the arms. Fingers spread wide. Inhaling as we come forward into a kneeling plank. Bring your shoulders over your wrists, drop your hips so they're right in line with the rest of the spine. So it's not a tabletop here. Come forward so your hips can drop down and you have a nice active core here. And then press back into that child's pose. So moving through this little flow, inhale forward, kneeling plank. Elbows do not lock, exhale, press back. Child's pose or puppy pose. Couple more here, inhale forward. Exhale, press back. Once more like that. And then we're going to add on to our flow. Okay. So let's inhale forward into that kneeling plank again. Spinning the eyes of our elbows forward, lowering part way down for a modified chaturanga or crocodile. Elbows point to the back. Press back up on your next inhale. Sit it back into child's pose on your exhale. So let's do that a few times. Inhale forward. Exhale lower. You don't have to come down very far. An inch or two. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, sit it back. Maybe it's a millimeter. Couple more. Inhale forward. Exhale lower. Want to build up that strength. Inhale, press up. Exhale, sit it back. Once more like that, and we'll add on again. Inhale forward. Exhale lower. Inhale, press up. Exhale, sit it back. Okay, so adding on again. And may I say, if you want to go back to either of the previous flows, that's fine too. Inhale forward, kneeling plank. Exhale, lower part way, modified chaturanga, crocodile. Lower the chest all the way down. Inhale, lift the heart, baby cobra. No weight on your hands. Use the strength of your back to lift. And then now use your hands, press back into that child's pose. So that's the new flow. Inhale forward. Exhale, lower. Pause here. Lower all the way. Inhale, lift the heart, baby cobra. Exhale, press it back. Child's pose. 2 more. Inhale forward. Exhale, lower, part way, hold. Lower all the way. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, press back. And once more. Inhale forward. Exhale, lower, part way, hold. Lower all the way. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, press back. This time, bring your hands back by your feet. Flip your palms up. Full child's pose. Rest your forehead. Let your shoulders release. You can circle out your wrists a couple times if you need to. And then let's go ahead and extend the arms back out to the front of the mat. Hands shoulder width apart, fingers spread wide. We'll come forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Coming into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So maybe pedaling out your feet, making any other movements that you like to do in your first downward dog, if any. You don't have to move this pose. If downward dog is not in your practice today, staying in your child's pose or puppy pose is perfectly fine. And finally finding a place of stillness in this downward dog. When we're done kind of working our wiggles out. Tuck the chin, look back between the legs. Think about drawing your lower ribs towards your hip bones. Create that engagement there. And then we'll look up at the hands, walk the feet up to the hands. Coming into forward fold. So feet stay hip width apart. We'll soften knees, grab opposite elbows, let the upper body hang. You can shake your head out from side to side. Take it front to back. Sway the whole torso from side to side. Coming back to center, releasing the elbows, placing hands on shins or thighs. Extend the spine, look forward. Take a few deep breaths here. On your next exhale, fold. Soften the knees. Inhale, reverse swan down. Come all the way up. Exhaling the hands to the heart. And take a few deep breaths here. All right, taking a nice big step out to the side. We're going to do some moonflowers and sunflowers. And like I said, no sun salutations. This is going to be it for the heat building portion of our practice. Inhale, reach the corners of the room. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the elbows into the sides, and inhale, reach up and out. Exhaling as we bend. A couple more, inhale. And exhale. Last one. And exhale, transition into your sunflowers. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, bend the knees, circle the arms down and around as we fold, and inhale brings us back up. Exhaling as we fold. Couple more, inhale. And exhale. Last one. Exhale down. Let's leave our hands down. You can place your hands on a block if you have one. You can widen your stance. I'm going to kind of inch my foot out a little bit more. And then let's go ahead and bend one knee at a time. Kind of oiling those hip joints a little bit. Go back and forth. Maybe walk your hands from side to side. Maybe leave them still in the center. Noticing the sensations, noticing the noises. My right ankle likes to click oh, almost every time. Let's do one more each time, each side. No, it didn't go that time. All right, come back to center when you're done. Bending both knees, walk your hands up onto your thighs. If you kind of widened your stance, you might want to heel toe the feet in a little bit closer. Leaning slightly forward, press your right hand into your right thigh, look over your left shoulder for a little twist. Keep your core engaged here. And then we'll release and switch sides. Release back to center. Let's inhale it up. Straighten the legs. Stepping the feet together, top of your mat. Bringing the hands into heart center. Take a few deep breaths here. Let's inhale it up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold with soft knees. Let's step the right foot to the back. And we're going to stay up on our toes. We're going to come into a high lunge. Now, if balance is an issue, you can go ahead and drop that heel and take a warrior one foot, okay, with that back foot. Or you can always drop that back knee down. Lots of options for that. And then we'll just walk our way up this left leg. Bringing the hands into the heart, sink the hips down. So we want to make sure that the left knee is not coming forward to the ankle. If it is, kind of straighten out your leg a little bit. We're going to open and close the arms with the breath, wings to prayer. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Once more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Hold here. Maybe sink the hips a little bit more again. Keep an eye on that front knee. And then we're going to fold over that front leg, coming into a twisting lunge. So the right hand is going to come down to the mat. If you have a block, you can bring in a block and place your hand on that. Okay, your choice. Actually, don't like a block for this pose. Left hand comes to the left hip, and we'll start to turn the torso to the left. And then you can leave your hand there or reach the arm up, straight up towards the ceiling. Twisting lunge. Releasing that left hand down. We'll walk the hands around to the right side of the mat, turning the feet so that they are parallel to each other and the short end of the mat. You could also be a little bit pigeon-toed if that feels better for your ankles. You can widen your stance, you can bend your knees. Let's walk our hands off the side of the mat so that our weight comes into the front of our feet. So we're all in our own homes. Hopefully your floors are clean. Let's place the left hand directly underneath the face. The right arm comes up and we twist. Think about pointing your hip bones down towards the floor. The right hip bone wants to lift. And then we'll release the right hand down. Walk the hands back around to the front of your mat. Turn your feet. This time, go ahead and lower that right knee down. Bring in any padding that you need to, a blanket, a towel, whatever you have, a pillow. Make sure your left knee is stacked over your left ankle. The right knee is behind your right hip. We'll walk our way up this left leg. Bring the hands to the heart. We're going to twist once more. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. If you cannot get your right elbow all the way across, just take your right hand to the outside of the left thigh and then rest your left hand on the low back. You also have the option to tuck the right toes under and lift the knee. If that back knee is lifted, release it, unwind your twist, bring your hands down to frame that front foot, step the right foot up to the front. Take your left foot to the back. We'll repeat that on the other side. So again, you can stay up on your toes. If you need to drop the heel and take a warrior one stance, that's fine. If you want to drop your back knee, you can do that. Okay. We'll walk our way up this right leg. Bringing the hands to the heart, sink the hips. Make sure the knee is not coming forward of the ankle. Open and close the arms with the breath. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last time, open. Exhale, close. Hold it here. Maybe sink a little deeper into this lunge. And then we'll fold over the right leg. Bring your left hand down to the mat or to a block. Right hand comes to your right hip, turning the torso to the right. Leave your hand there or reach that arm up toward the sky. Twisting lunge. Releasing that right hand down, walk your hands around to the left side of your mat, turn the feet so they are parallel to each other and the short ends of your mat. Maybe widen your stance a little bit more, maybe bend your knees. Do what you need to do. Walk your hands out off the side of the mat. I'm going to move this blanket out of the way. So your weight comes into the front of your feet, your heels. You could lift them up very easily if you wanted to. Right hand comes underneath the face, left arm reaches up and we twist. Keep pointing your hip bones down towards the earth. Releasing the twist, walk your hands around to the front of the mat. Turning the feet, lowering the left knee down. Make sure your right knee is stacked over your right ankle. The left knee is behind your left hip. Walk your way up the right leg. Hands to the heart, and we twist to the right. Left elbow to the outside of the right thigh, or left hand to the outside of the right thigh, right hand to the low back. Option to tuck your left toes under and lift the knee. Strong through the legs. Breathing. And go ahead and release the back knee if it's lifted. Unwind your twist. And then let's just take this right foot back and come into a child pose or puppy pose, whatever feels good to you. Let's bring our hands back by our feet with our palms facing up. We're going to come into rabbit. So grabbing a hold of your heels with your hands, and if you can't reach your heels, grab onto your ankles, your calves, whatever you can reach. Tucking the chin, bring the forehead a little closer to those knees, and then holding firmly on with your hands, whatever you're grabbing. Lift the hips up, roll to the top of the head so that your arms are getting stretched, and in turn, you're feeling that stretch all the way down the back, between the shoulder blades, all the way down to the low back. And release, rest in your full child's pose. And we'll sit up. Take the legs around to the front, coming into staff pose. Dandasana, extend your legs out. You can move some of the flesh up from underneath your sit bones. If you have a blanket or a towel you want to sit on, go ahead and grab that and sit on the edge of it. Maybe having your strap nearby. If you like to use one for your seated forward fold, flexing the feet, The legs do not have to be straight. You can have the knees softened if you want. Inhaling, reaching the arms up, pulling the abdominals in as we fold, hinging from the hips. So reaching for your feet or grabbing onto your shins or underneath your thighs, or taking advantage of that strap if you have one, and then looping it around the bottoms of the feet, pulling on the ends. And this allows us to just keep our shoulders out of our ears, keep the spine fairly neutral. Using that sinking breath, lengthening the spine on the inhale, and then sinking deeper into the fold on the exhale. Letting the breath help you go a little deeper into these poses. And we'll go ahead and release. If you're using that strap, you can leave it wrapped around the bottom of your left foot and just take your right foot out of the strap. Bending the right knee and then letting that knee open out to the right side. For Janu Shirshasana, I always like to prop underneath my knee when I'm doing this pose. You do not have to if you don't have a prop. Totally fine. Placing one hand on either side of the left leg, turning the chest to face the leg. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. Reaching for your foot or the strap anywhere along the leg. Or if you want, you can take a cross grip with your hands. Reaching for the outside of that left foot or leg with your right hand and the instep side with your left. And that just helps us keep the chest centered over that leg a little bit better. And then we're going to twist this pose. So if you're using the strap, you're going to hold both ends of the strap in your right hand. If you're not using the strap, reach for the outside of that left foot or leg with your right hand. And then the left arm is going to come underneath the right, reaching for that right knee. And you have the option to tuck the head under the arm, pressing that left hand firmly into that right knee. And then we'll release that, bringing the right knee up, stepping that foot up and over to the outside of the left thigh. Your left leg can stay straight, or if you want, you can bend it underneath you and sit back down. Hugging the knee with the left arm, the right arm comes behind us for a nice twist. You can stay here, hugging your knee. You could bring your elbow past your knee, or if the bind is in your practice, you can reach the legs with your left arm, come behind the back with the right, and grab a hold of your shirt, a strap, or your fingers. And we'll release that, extending the right leg out, bending the left knee, letting that knee open out to the left side. Again, you can prop underneath the knee. You can set up a strap around the bottom of your right foot if you want to. Placing one hand on either side of the right leg, turning the chest to face the leg. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold, reaching for your foot or the strap. Anywhere along the leg, again, you can take that cross grip with your hands if you want. And we'll release coming up. Oh, we got to do that twist. Sorry. All right. So if you're using the strap, hold both ends of the strap in your left hand. If you're not using the strap, reach for the outside of that right foot or leg with your left hand. The right arm comes underneath the left, reaching for that left knee. And again, if you want, you can tuck your head underneath your arm and really press that right hand into the knee. And release, coming up. Bringing that left knee up. Step that foot up and over. Leave your right leg straight or bend it underneath you and sit back down, hugging the knee with the right arm. The left arm comes behind us and we twist. Again, you can stay here. You can bring your elbow past your knee. or you can reach through the legs and come behind the back and find the pose. Release. Go ahead and come all the way down onto the back. You can hold on behind your knees or challenge your core by not holding on and going down as slowly as you can. Tucking the chin into the chest. Once gravity wins out, hug your knees in. Rock from side to side. Circle those knees. And switch directions. And coming back to center, hugging the right knee in, release your left leg down to the mat, give your right knee a nice squeeze. Extending that right leg up toward the ceiling, point flex your foot. And circle it first in one direction, and then in the opposite direction. Grabbing anywhere along the leg or using your strap, pulling that right leg in towards you for a hamstring stretch. Your left leg may be bent, or you can straighten that leg out along the floor. Extending that right leg out towards the right side. Try to keep your left leg on the floor, left hip on the floor. You can put your hand on your hip. Activate the muscles in that leg to make that side of your body heavy. And then we'll take that right leg up and across the body over to left. Reach your right arm out for a nice twist. Keep your right shoulder on the mat, and you could also turn the head to look down that right arm if you want to. And we'll release. Bring that right leg up, bending both knees, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, make a figure four. Reach your right arm between your legs and then pull on the left leg, either coming onto the back of the thigh or on the front of the shin. Try to line up your left knee over your left shoulder. Releasing the right foot to the floor, hug your left knee in, give a squeeze. Extending that left leg up toward the ceiling, point and flex the foot. And make circles, first in one direction, and then in the opposite direction. Grabbing anywhere along the leg or using your strap, pull your left leg in towards you for that hamstring stretch. Your right leg may be bent. Or you can straighten that leg out along the floor. Extending that left leg out towards the left side, keeping the right side on the mat. Reach your hand on your hip or activate the muscles in the leg. And then we'll take that left leg up and across the body over to the right. Reach your left arm out and twist. Keeping that left shoulder on the mat, maybe looking down that left arm. And release, bringing that left leg up. Figure four stretch, bend both knees, cross your left ankle over your right thigh, reach your left arm through, and pull on that right leg, lining up that right knee over that right shoulder. And release, hugging the knees into the chest, extending arms out to a T position, palms can be up or down. Either drop both knees over to your right, or if you want, you can cross your left leg over your right thigh first, and then take the knees to your right. Keeping both shoulders on the mat, maybe looking down your left arm. And release and switch sides. If you cross legs one way, cross them the other way. And we'll all take the knees over to the left. And release. Uncrossing the legs if they're crossed, hugging the knees into the chest, bring your forehead up to meet your knees, squeeze everything in nice and tight. And then releasing it all down. So go ahead and take a moment or two to prepare for the Yoga Nidra. I'm gonna put a cat out because I can tell she's not gonna want to stay in here. She's already going to the door. Please go out. Okay, bye-bye. So we don't need to hear her scratching at the door while you guys are trying to relax. So put any layers on that you like. If you want to put on a sweatshirt or socks, or you want to grab a blanket and cover up with that, make yourself as comfortable as you can. I do recommend that you lie down on your back for this if you can, if that's available to you and that's comfortable for you, just because this is a longer meditation, and if you're in any other position, it's probably going to need to readjust. So, and also if you can, if you have something that you can put underneath your knees to kind of support them a little bit, a pillow or maybe like a rolled up towel or blanket. If you have one handy nearby, don't go running through your house to grab props at this point. So, but just if you happen to have that handy, that might be good. I'm gonna take a little sip of my water before I start so that my voice doesn't crack while I'm reading. All right. It is time for Yoga Nidra. Make sure that you are warm enough and that your position is one that will be comfortable for the duration of the practice. It is best that you remain still during Yoga Nidra so that both your body and brain have a chance to fully relax. However, if you become uncomfortable, please feel free to change position. Allow your eyes to close and keep them closed until the practice is ended. The practice of Yoga Nidra is a practice of yogic sleep that will guide you to a state of consciousness between wakefulness and sleeping. Try to remain awake by listening to the sound of my voice. You'll be asked to move your awareness to various bodily sensations. Try not to concentrate too intensely, as this may prevent you from relaxing. During this meditation, please use and absorb what you need in the moment and leave the rest behind. If the mind becomes overactive with thoughts and worries, just come back to the sound of my voice. Become aware of any sounds you can hear in this moment. Nothing else but what you can hear without strain. Begin to focus on the most distant sounds that you can hear. Let your sense of hearing radiate outward, searching out these distant sounds and following them for a few moments. Move your attention from sound to sound without labeling the source. Gradually bring your attention to closer sounds, from sounds outside the building to sounds inside the building to sounds inside the room. Without opening your eyes, visualize the four walls of the room: the ceiling, the floor, your body lying on the floor. Visualize your body lying on the floor, the position of your body, your clothes, your hair, your face. Become acutely aware of the existence of your physical body lying on the floor. Become aware of your natural breath. Become aware of your natural and spontaneous breath that moves in and out of your body without any effort. The natural breath flows in through both nostrils. Notice the feeling of the breath as it comes in and out of your nostrils. There is a sense of coolness as you inhale the breath. Follow this feeling into your nose, your sinuses, the back of your throat, into your lungs. There's a sense of warmth as you exhale the breath. Feel this warmth on your upper lip as you breathe out. The natural breath flows through both nostrils during the inhale and the exhale. Allow your breath to become longer and slower. Take a long, slow inhalation, followed by a longer, slower exhalation. Make your exhale even slower. Notice a slight pause after the exhale. Slow inhale, even slower exhale, and pause. Feel the urge to breathe in bubble up inside of you. When you need to inhale, please do so. Long, slow inhale. Longer, slower exhale. And then pause where the body is neither breathing in nor out. Continue breathing in this way. Now go back to the natural, easy breath, releasing any control over the inhale or exhale. We will now begin a systematic journey of sensory awareness throughout the body. You will move your awareness to different parts of your body as soon as you hear them named. Please say the name of the part to yourself and feel that part of your body, but do not move any part. The practice begins on the right side. Right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left hand thumb,
second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now go to the back of the body, right heel, left heel, right calf, left calf, right thigh, left thigh, right buttock, left buttock, lower back, middle back, upper back, the entire spine, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right ear, left ear, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, middle of the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, right groin, left groin, the pelvic floor, the whole right leg, whole left leg, whole right arm, whole left arm, the whole face, the whole head, the whole torso, the whole body. Come back to the feeling of your breath flowing in and out of your nostrils. Maintain your awareness of breath, and at the same time, develop your awareness of your physical body. Your body is relaxed and lying on the floor. Notice the heaviness of your body as it rests on the floor. And take your awareness into all the points that are touching the floor. Lie quietly until you feel ready to move. Start by slowly moving your hands and feet, wiggling your fingers and toes, circling ankles and wrists, and reaching the arms up overhead to stretch and release. And either rolling to one side or hugging the knees into the chest, taking a few deep breaths as you prepare to come up to seated. And when you're ready, making your way into any comfortable seat you choose to finish your practice today. Sitting up nice and tall and dropping the chin to the chest. Taking the right ear towards the right shoulder. And left ear to left shoulder. Bringing the head up, taking the hands behind the head, looking all the way up. And release. Taking 3 deep breaths, inhaling the arms up. And exhaling them down. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. One more time, inhaling it up. Bringing the hands together at heart center as we exhale. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.